talk with you about my spaghetti sauce. It is derived from being very poor and literally like buying the cheapest of those big jars of tomato sauce, like not even spaghetti sauce, just the big jar of tomato sauce. They say it's spaghetti. It's not. They're like 69 cents for the, I think it's like 32-48 ounce jar. And they're in the spaghetti sauce aisle. But anyway, my husband and I would get 2 of those, and then we'd come home and we would just look in our fridge, look in our pantry, throw things in, and then it just turned out to be delicious. But we would throw things like, if we had grape jelly, we'd throw grape jelly. If we had, happened to have wine from an event or something, we'd drizzle that in. Or if we only had pineapple juice because we opened up a jar of pineapples specifically for our spaghetti sauce, yeah, it's happened. Because we didn't have jelly. Like, it was literally whatever we had. Sometimes we put milk in it. Sometimes if we had some leftover cream cheese, we'd throw cream cheese in it. It was literally different every single time we made it. But it was always delicious, and it was something that my husband and I really enjoyed, and it was before kids and everything. We'd play around in the kitchen, play around with it, and we would make something that was so cheap and on its own really flavorless into something delicious. And I say this and tell you this story because to this day, this is my husband's favorite way to have spaghetti sauce. I have made him vodka sauce. I have made him bolognese. Yeah, bolognese. I've made him all kinds of pasta sauce or types of spaghetti sauce. And you know which one he likes the best? Poor man's spaghetti sauce. Because that's what he calls it. Is the poor man's spaghetti sauce. That is his absolute favorite, and that is the kind that he wants all the time. You can ask him anytime, anywhere, and he is going to say the homemade kind that my wife makes that is like whenever we were poor. Like, that's the kind he likes. So, today I'm going to show you how I make it now that I have my own canned goods. Oh my. Now that I have my own canned goods and I do have cream cheese and my spices, fresh and dry, I'm going to show you how I make it now. But know that if you do not have these ingredients, you can make it with whatever you have. You just want, of course, your tomatoes. And we always had some type of hamburger, whether it was a little or a lot. And then the spices that you have on hand, they do not have to be all the ones that I have. You do not need a real onion. And you want to spice, because we always would put, whether we had like hot peppers or just pepper flakes, we always put a spice in. And then we always put a sweet in, whether that be jam, jelly, juice. And no, it doesn't matter the flavor. We've used it all. And then we usually, not always, but when we had a way to make it creamy, like cream cheese, cream, milk, something to that effect, we would add one of those in. So that is really the key ingredients to making this. But do it however you want. It's really a foolproof spaghetti sauce for sure. So let's just go and dive right in. Okay, so let me go ahead and show you the starting lineup of what I have. And we may not use all of the tomato products that I have up here, but I wanted to get them just in case. If you're using cream cheese, make sure you have it laying out so that it can be coming up to room temperature. That way it'll blend really, really well. And then I have blueberry jam that I found, because I thought I was going to have to use some type of juice. But I found blueberry jam. I have some mushroom powder, because I don't put mushroom pieces in mine if I'm making it for my family. An onion. And then I have garlic powder, onion powder. I'm going to go pick some fresh parsley and fresh oregano from my garden and have that. And then I have a marinara, which I believe is my last one. A tomato sauce, which I believe is my last one. 2 things of crushed tomatoes. And then I have a quart of hamburger. So, Move you over here. My banana bread's back there. Don't look at my banana bread. So, I have this heating up, and the first thing we're going to do is put our hamburger in. We get a spoon. And this is going to be so good. It has been so rainy. And I'm not draining it. It's all going in. The little bit of fat that was on top is also going in. It's not going to hurt it. Fat is going to give it flavor. Flavor, flavor, flavor. And this is really lean, so it kind of needs that fat. So I'm going to get this going. And the reason I put that in there, this is already cooked, but I'm going to let it come up and simmer and get rid of some of that juice, so that it's just going to soak in all that. And then I'm going to deglaze it with a little bit of wine, because I do have some in my fridge that needs used. So if you don't have that, you can always deglaze with a tiny bit of chicken or beef broth, or you don't have to deglaze at all. It's just something extra. This is a very give and take recipe. So this is going to come up, and then we're going to deglaze and add in the rest of our ingredients. But right now, I'm going to go pick some herbs from my garden. Okay, so little change. First, I forgot to tell you, especially if you're using fresh hamburger, once it browns, go ahead and add your onion if you're going to put onion in. Since mine's already cooked, I just threw the chopped onion in with the broth. And there's more broth now that everything's gotten hot. There's more broth than I thought, so I'm not going to add any wine to this. So it's just the beef broth that was in my jar. And it's maybe half a cup to a cup, probably not a full cup of liquid in my pan right now. But like I said, you don't have to deglaze. Just add some type of oil when you're cooking, so the stuff doesn't stick. But to this, we are going to add my home canned, and this is all my home canned, a thing of tomato sauce. And this does not have any seasonings in it. It is just tomato sauce. Strained tomatoes and then cooked down into sauce. Which, when you don't have like a Victorio strainer or something like that, and you're doing it all by hand, that is a labor of love. Now, this is the, I believe, last jar of marinara that I have. And I did a video on it. This stuff is divine. This does have some seasonings in it. So, if you want to see that video, it's going to be up there somewhere. It is so good. I'm going to be making like a triple batch this year, hopefully, because it was delicious. Okay, so we're up to a quart of tomatoes, and now here's one crushed tomato, and then here's another pint of crushed tomatoes. Now these, they represent the two big containers of the tomato sauce that's in the store. Now, add some onion powder, because it does have a different flavor than the garlic, than the chopped onion. Some garlic powder, and I go a little heavy on that. And then a little bit of red pepper. I will add more to my own bowl because my kiddos will eat this. So just a tiny bit. And then we'll go ahead and add in our fresh oregano that I've just chopped. Some mushroom powder. I was looking for this for my meatloaf recipe. Could not find it, and I ended up finding it in my fridge. I thought it was yeast, but my yeast is in the freezer, so I don't know what I was thinking. But anyway, mushroom powder, or you could have done fresh mushrooms or dehydrated mushrooms. Rehydrate them in here. Now, the blueberry jam. Oh my goodness, that smells so good. Let me rinse off my spoon. And you can put as much or as little as you want. It is just a sweetening component. Some people add sugar, but I prefer doing it this way. So that was maybe a tablespoon and a half. I'm going to let it cook. And then when I taste it, if I feel like it needs more sweetness, after adding our cream aspect, which ours is cream cheese, I'll add more. But for right now, I'll keep it like it is. I'm also going to add in a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper. Now this is going to go on just a medium heat. I'm going to put the lid on, but I'm going to keep it cracked so that it can still reduce down a little and get nice and thick for us. Not too thick, but a little thick. And I will bring you back. But let me tell you, this already smells so amazing. Brings back a lot of memories too. So, stay tuned. So I had to move you because I have my water heating up for my noodles. So, you can see how much this is reduced down. We're going to add our cream cheese now. Or if you were just wanting to add cream, you could do that. Or even milk. It just gives it another layer of flavor that you wouldn't normally have. But our favorite way to do it is the cream cheese. And fun fact, if you're making vodka sauce, I may have to make a video on it one day. If you use, I think it's called triple berry vodka. I think it's Smirnoff brand vodka. But anyway, it makes the best vodka sauce. I did it on a fluke because I really enjoy vodka sauce. And all I had was the triple berry flavor. And so I added it in thinking it probably wouldn't be that good, but it turned out to be amazing. Like, it is my mother-in-law's favorite way that I make spaghetti sauce. She said that she liked my vodka sauce, but after having it with the triple berry flavor, she's like, I just can't have normal vodka sauce. It's just so bland compared to the triple berry. But you have to like berry because it does shine through. But just a fun fact, like I do experiments all the time. Sometimes they turn out great, sometimes not so much. But we have the lid off, like I said, and the heat's off, and we're just gonna let, yes, I have an extra baby in the house today, but we're just gonna let it all melt, and that can do its own thing while the noodles are cooking, and then I'll plate it up for you guys. Alright, so I gotta make this short and sweet, because I have 4 children right now that I gotta feed. This is how I like to make mine up. I like extra Parmesan cheese, and red pepper, some fresh parsley, and then homemade garlic bread. And that is what I'm going to be digging into. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope it gives you inspiration to show you that you can, of course, do this with whatever ingredients you have on hand. Don't be scared. Worst case scenario, you're never going to make it again. So, until next time, guys, thanks for watching.